What about the doctrine of the second coming of Christ? Wouldn't it be interesting if they could change that as well? Matthew 24, verse 3, King James. What shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? RSV in the margin. What shall be the sign of thy presence and of the consummation of the age? Okay. So Jesus doesn't have to come with the clouds. He can just sort of sneak around, appear here, appear there. If you hear he's here, if you hear he's there, don't go. You know the story. Let's go on. Philippians 3, 20, 21. King James, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, the RSV and the ASV say, who shall fashion anew the body of our humiliation, that it may be conformed to the body of his glory? Now, what's the difference between those two? Why do they go to so much trouble to make those changes? Well, let's ask them. The change in us, indicated by the King James, according to this and other scriptures, is a change that occurs only at the second coming of Christ. It is a physical change of tangible reality, but the change called for by the Revised may occur at any time before his coming, or be continuous as you are changing, as you become more accustomed to Christianity. It may be a change from the abstract vices to abstract virtues. See, they've spiritualized away the coming of Christ. He comes in glory, and you are changed instantly. That's what the Bible teaches. They don't like that. They prefer reincarnation. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 2. Here's an interesting one. That ye be not soon shaken in mind, as that day of Christ is at hand. That at hand means soon to come. Revised, now present. Aha. This implies that it could actually be right there. Now, has already come, says the NIV. So, here again, subtle changes, changing the story of the second coming. Titus 2, verse 13, King James. Looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great God and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Awaiting, RSV, awaiting our blessed hope, the appearing of the glory of our great God and the Savior, Jesus Christ. You notice the subtle change? By changing the adjective glorious to the noun glory, the revisers have removed the second coming of Christ from the text. Now, it's not he that comes, it is something that could happen at any time. Mark chapter 6, verse 11. If any place will not receive you and they refuse to hear you when you leave, shake off the dust that is on your feet for a testimony against them. What does the King James say? And whosoever shall not receive you nor hear you, when you depart thence, shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Why do you think that verse has been removed? Why do they remove the verse which says it will be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah? Because they do not believe in a judgment. You see, the choice that you make, who cares? Didn't they believe in reincarnation? Whatever you did wrong now, who cares? You can fix it next time round. And even if you can't fix it next time round, in purgatory, you can burn it off. That's fine. So, let's take the judgment right out. That'll solve the problem. Then we've modified that text. Can you see how many pieces are missing? Revelation 1:7. He cometh with the clouds, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Notice this change. King James Version. Because of him. The Revised. He is coming with the clouds, and all the tribes of earth shall mourn over him. Now, what does it mean? Remember that Hort said, we'll change it here a little bit, we'll change it there a little bit. Bishop Westcott himself states, all the tribes of the earth shall mourn over him in penitential sorrow, and not as the authorized version shall wail because of him in the present expectation of terrible vengeance. Aha! So now when Jesus comes, according to this one, they will all say, we're sorry for what we did, and he'll say, fine, my children, come, you are all saved. Whereas in the previous one, There was a judgment at the flood, and there will be a judgment at the end. Isn't that what the Bible teaches? Yes or no? It's gone. It's spiritualized away. You have another chance, again, burn it off on the other side, or reincarnate again, or whatever.